Do I have to redo my entire kitchen with a remodel before I sell? I get that question the most in Maumelle, and it's almost every week. The answer is usually, typically, no. But the answer for the roof, the HVAC, and that soft spot in the hallway floor, that's one's almost always a yes. Here's how to tell the difference before you actually spend $1 of your hard-earned money. Let's talk about the fix it or sell as is decision, because sellers can lose real money on both sides of that equation actually. Some people spend $30,000 renovating a house and they only get $12,000 of that back. Other people will list a home with a 20-year-old roof and watch 3 buyers walk away during the inspection. Both of those are very expensive mistakes. The framework that I use is simple. Ask one question about every item. Does this scare a buyer, or would it scare me as a buyer? Or does it just disappoint them? Things that scare buyers are structural safety, systems, roofs at the end of its life, an HVAC that's 20 plus years old, active water intrusions, foundation movement, electrical that will not pass any inspection. Anything with a lender attached to it, because if the appraiser flags it, it isn't your buyer's opinion anymore. It's actually a condition of their loan. It's called a conditional appraisal. Scary items don't just reduce your price, they kill deals mid-contract, and a deal that falls apart at day 25 or 20 puts you back on the market wearing that bright red scarlet letter. So fix those or price the home honestly to reflect them and say so up front. Things that disappoint buyers are things like cosmetic and taste-based, oak cabinets, gold fixtures versus brushed nickel, that accent wall that you painted, the tile in the hall bathroom. Buyers in Maumelle absolutely notice these, but they discount for them. They don't run away from them. And here's the thing, they almost always discount less than the renovation would actually cost you. So a full kitchen remodel before listings is one of the least reliable ways to make money in real estate. You'll spend, sometimes $40,000 and pick the finishes that you like that the buyer would have chosen something totally different anyway. So where should Maumelle money actually go? Paint in a current neutral, deep clean, including the carpets, landscaping, pressure washing. Maumelle buyers are paying for the lifestyle here, the lakes, the trails, the neighborhoods, and the outside of your house is the very first promise you make. So fix every small broken thing. The sticking door, the dead outlet, the running toilet. That list is what makes a buyer decide whether the home was cared for and maintained well. And declutter hard, because square footage you can't see does not count. So if you're not going to use it in the next 2 weeks, put it in a box. If you're anywhere in even the thinking about selling stage, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out a seller strategy video every Friday and market data every Monday, all specific to Maumelle in Central Arkansas. So you're not making a 6-figure decision off national headlines, which typically don't relate back to our local market. Now, the option a lot of Maumelle sellers should be using and aren't. A pre-listing inspection. You paid, somewhere between $400 and $500 to find out exactly what a buyer's inspector is going to find before you're under contract. Then you get to choose, fix it on your own timeline with your contractor at your price, or disclose it and price it accordingly. What you avoid is the absolute worst version, which is finding out on day 12, let's say, of a contract when the buyer has all the leverage and their agent is asking for some number that you never even remotely agreed to up front. If you have this pre-inspection, sometimes the buyer will actually use that and not even get another one. And genuinely, as is, it's a legitimate strategy for an estate sale, an inherited property, an out-of-state owner, or a home that needs more than the seller can reasonably manage. But just know what as is really means in this market. You will draw investor money and investor offers more so than retail buyers. And investors have to have a discount to make the deal work. It's the only way the maths for them. That's not a scam, that's just the business model. As is fine. As is priced like it's been updated is what doesn't sell. That's what sits on the market for 150 days. The shorter version, fix what scares a buyer. Don't chase what merely disappoints one or might be different in their cosmetic taste. And put your money into neutral paint, cleanliness, curb appeal, and the small things. Maumelle buyers reward a home that feels cared for far more than they reward a home that's been expensively remodeled to someone else's taste that may or may not match their own. If you're staring at a repair list and you're trying to decide what's worth it, I am more than happy to walk your house with you and tell you honestly what I'd spend and what I'd skip. There's no pressure either way. I do it all the time. Happy to walk it with you. So make sure you visit me at www.ar-property.com. Call or text me 501-804-9942. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday with our market numbers.